All right, what's going on, guys? Optical 20 back for another live stream. It's good to see you guys. It's Monday. Typically, not my schedule. Moving forward, I think I'm gonna do Wednesday night. I don't think anything's happening on Wednesday nights. So this is like a one-off because on Wednesday, I'm actually gonna be in another stream. Collecting weekly, guys. We have a stream at around eight. I forgot the time, but around 8:30 or 9. I'm gonna be with Zach and Dean and Zhao from Third Party Collecting. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, that should be fun. It's always fun when I get to talk to those guys about absolutely nothing. So yeah. So as of this week, there's a lot of things going on. So yeah, moving forward, like I said, we're gonna try to do it Wednesdays, maybe 9:30. Hey Danny, what's going on? What's up, John? I'll try to do it early today. I think this is a good time at around 9:30 Central Time. And I feel like there's more turnout when it's weekdays than weekends, basically, or Friday night, because apparently collectors go out. I never thought they did, but yeah, they go out on Friday night. I know I didn't, but you know, but John, how do you like that Superman, bro? Hey, what's going on, Eddie? So yeah, so for this week, I got some new stuffs that I'm gonna review. I picked this up. I hope this is good. The M Toys Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Got it for a good price too. It was on sale for 144, so I decided to pick this one up. I think it's gonna be uh, a good partner to my SW Toys Joker. Another thing that I picked, you know what, like I said earlier, I didn't know I was gonna like these things until if you watched the last podcast or live stream, I'm kind of branching out to like third party or something. So I guess I'm gonna branch out a little bit. So I picked this one up. I know this is an older figure, but I really like the base. So I think I'm gonna get this. Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna review this soon. Assassin's Creed from Damn Toys. I thought Damn Toys only do third party, but apparently they do licensed stuff as well. So should be interesting. Honestly, I bought it for the base. I just really like the base, and I'm excited. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till next week before I unbox some of the things because I kind of went crazy last week, even this week, buying some stuff. Go back to the chat. What's up, Austin? John says he broke down and kept it. And Aquaman, they are great. Glad I didn't sell my last one with the wait listing on Sideshow. Man, we're gonna talk about that Superman because people slept on it, and I, I don't think anything got waitlisted so fast this past few months. That was quick. Yeah, the price is gonna skyrocket. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but I never thought that was possible in this day and age. But uh, Danny says, "Optical, did you see the previews for that new Pop Toys Last Samurai Katsumoto?" Man, that sounds interesting, Danny. I don't know. I have not. Is that Pop Toy sounds like a third party company? So I'm sure I can see that on my guys. It's 1/6 corner. Yeah. By the way, this figures came from 1/6 corner. This was 144, and back then, honestly, I wasn't into third party because I always thought that their price is so close to Hot Toys. But now that Hot Toys, not Hot Toys, but Sideshow and Big Bad is charging taxes, you got to add almost $50 more. And I don't know what's going on with Big Bad that they're charging $15 more. So, hey, Jao, what's going on, man? Yeah, Big Bad's charging $15 more. So I think the price difference between third party and not licensed, but I would say Hot Toys, because between third party and 3.0 is still pretty close. Even with taxes, 3.0 is around, I would say 210. Even that's with taxes and shipping. So that's not too bad, especially if you're looking at high end third parties. So, but Hot Toys, easily a Hot Toys figure now is 254 nowadays. So that's $100 difference at least. So that's something to consider, moving forward. Eddie says, "Are you going to do a collection update?" Yes, Eddie. I'm just waiting for this massive stuff that I ordered recently. I'm waiting for like 7 more figures to come in, and then once it does come, I'll rest for a little bit and then go right back. Go right back with updating it. Uh, John says, "I'm thinking about getting third-party figure masters Magneto and Professor X." John, man, great minds think alike, bro. I'm looking at those in CGL. Uh, I might be in the minority here, but I do like the Fox X Man. I don't know. Especially Magneto of Michael Fassbender. I know it's not a popular movie, and most people actually did not like the Fox X Men, but I don't know, man. For some reason, I like it. So I think I'm gonna start collecting those. Austin says, "Did you know Sideshow just released Endgame Hawkeye figure?" You know what, Austin? I was surprised. I saw that on 16 Republic, and I went to their website, Sideshow. I think they released the non-exclusive version, which is I'm not gonna get that, but I did have the exclusive Hawkeye pre-order, the deluxe. Okay, so yeah, I can't wait for that. I always thought like Hawkeye, the head sculpt was good enough, man. So I'm definitely gonna get that. Danny says, "Yeah, the third party, not familiar with them, but the Katsumoto looks pretty cool, and he was a favorite character of mine." I gotta check that out, Danny. I'll check it out on my with my guys on the 1/6 corner. So we'll see. Hey Mario, what's going on? And Austin is asking, "Have you seen the Toys Era Juggernaut figure?" I know Yao did a review on that one, the Toys Era. It looks great, man. It's just too big, and the shipping is too expensive. I know Zhao is located somewhere in China, but from what I was quoted, the shipping is just too much, so I decided to pass on it. But okay, moving forward here, so I'll move on to I try to create. I'm trying to emulate the guys at Collecting Weekly here. So I got my whiteboard. It's not really a whiteboard. It's my son's thing that he plays around with. So I wrote the things that I do want to talk about, and we'll see if I can stick to that. Because it's been great, man. This live streaming, because I've seen some comments on some of my live stream that somebody actually listened to this after I show it. So that's pretty awesome, because I never thought somebody's going to listen to this after. So especially with that I'm not talking to anyone. So, and I think it's Ryan who mentioned that he listened to it while he was working, and that's pretty awesome, man, because like I said, I don't talk to anyone but you guys. So, and they can't, if you're like doing something, you can't see the chat. So I kind of read it back, and and it's working so far. So I'm glad that it is the case. So let's Austin says, Danny says, "I got a good hey man, Collecting Weekly guys ain't nothing on this. See this one button right here? When I press this gets erased. So saving the planet, Austin says, "I don't understand how Toys Wars Mark 85. Austin, if I have to guess, that'll be around Christmas time. And that'll be awesome Christmas. So crossing fingers, we get to see it soon. But moving along here, let's see. So, like Sideshow Con is over. So I don't know. What do you guys, did you guys pre-order anything? What's the star of the show for you? I can guess for Mario and Austin. Mario and Danny, that would be Anakin. But for non-Star Wars fans, did anything really excite you on that Sideshow Con? For me, I would agree with the guys that for me it's Doc Ock, and I didn't really know how much it would be. So let me share this here. I initially I didn't know. My guess it was this was gonna be around 250 just because of how intricate it is. But I was wrong. It's 204.99, which is a really decent price. So, you can get it for free shipping. I highly suggest you guys go for free shipping if, because EMS is like $15 and the difference is like a week or two. So in my opinion, it's not even worth going for that. But Doc Ock, man, I mean, the villain is so good that even if you don't have any Spider-Man in your collection, I think it would work. Why is this not like blowing up? But 204 for this figure, I think it's a steal. Like, there's no Hot Toys nowadays that's 204. And look at what you're getting here. Just his back is awesome. I've been asking Hot Toys to do this for the longest time, and give us the crotch grabber and the dynamic stand. And Toys Era did it on I think Beast was the first one they did it for. How hard is it? Like, I don't. Dynamic stands are awesome, not for a long period of time, especially if the material of the figure is not cloth. So Toys Era did it. So hopefully Hot Toys would do the same thing in the future. I'm hoping. But look at this guy right here. I mean, for 204, my God, if Hot Toys does this, I'm guessing this would be an easy 375. Judging for how they release their figures now. I mean, the Tony Stark mech test version is like 305, and you can make the argument that it's not as intricate as this. So this would be an easy at least 350. So that's almost 150 difference right there. So I mean, the head sculpt is okay, but you're gonna put a goggles on him anyway. So, but definitely a must-have for me. So I will get that. Oops. All right, and going back here to the chat, let's see. All right. Jao says you got a captivating way so the live streams aren't boring as so many out there. Your last one I listened while I was working out. Well, thanks, Jao. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard to keep people entertained, for a long period of time. Oh, Kev's here. Would we ever want COA or edition sizes from 1/6 releases? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Kev, it doesn't really matter for me, honestly, because Asmus has that. I don't know if they actually follow that. But yeah, I don't know, man. As long as the figure is good, that's all that matters to me. Danny says, I listen to a lot of live streams live streams I miss while working out and stretching. Good background material to listen to. I agree, Danny. You almost don't need a cable, because I stopped my Comcast. I have a basic cable still, only for sports, and now there's no sports. So I think I'm going to have to cut them down too. Austin says, I heard that the Hot Toys Mandalorian figure is getting ready to drop. Yeah, I've seen some previews already, Austin, so I think it's out there. Mario says, not a statue collector, but that X-Men display was fire. Yes, it is, Mario. Dude, I'm not going to get into statue collecting. But I agree, if that X-Men line, I hope Toys Era, I don't think Hot Toys is going to touch X-Men yet. Maybe once Disney takes over and they revamp this, but yeah, I just need X-Men in my life at this point in 1/6 scale. Kev says, took a break from old school NES games. Flippin' was playing Goonies. Nice. Eddie's asking top 5 pre-orders you're excited to receive. I would say in no order. Well, you can put Mark 85 Battle Damage on the top. The second one would probably Captain America from Endgame. Third would be Mark 85. Fourth would be, I don't know, Rambo from 3-0. I'm not that excited about that anyway, but I would say Rambo, something different. Fifth, is there anything else that has Aragorn? Okay, let's flip-flop Aragorn and Rambo. So Aragorn is like fourth. So, and Danny says that Ock looks nice. Yes, indeed, Danny. John says, mine was no speeder look. Need to order Doc Ock 2. Toys Era actually listen to what people want and can deliver. I agree, John, man. Toys Era is hit or miss. I don't really like their Joker, but there's SW Toys for that. That's the beauty of it. I think their Toys Era Joker. I don't know. Zhao did a comparison video between those Joker. Actually, Zhao was the first one who like took a video of SW Toys that wasn't even in my my radar, but I really liked it, so I jumped on it. Eddie says that the Ock figure will probably do well in aftermarket like Cable did. I hope so. I hope so. Villains is one thing that Hot Toys hates doing because they don't sell well, and I understand it from that standpoint. Danny says, "What you mean? You have a Superman statue coming your way, right? Man, look at you, Mario. What Superman, Mario? Is that the one like changing? When he was running? I always wanted that Batman versus Superman statue with his cape flying in the air. It looks good, man." Kev says, "Love my Toys Era Nightcrawler. So stoked to see how huge Juggernaut is and big Colossus, and so stoked." Kev, how's that Nightcrawler? I'm thinking of picking that up. They don't have it on 1/6 corner, so I have to branch out. I'll just ask them. Can you actually post that Nightcrawler, or is it just kind of like stagnant? So I don't know. We'll see. I would love to see that. Got Wolverine Sideshow 1/6 scale for X-Men Itch. Yeah, 1/6 scale. I think I saw that you posted that on 1/6 Republic. I had that for a little bit, that Wolverine, because I always wanted like an old school Wolverine from the cartoons, yellow tiger stripe. I actually returned it. I didn't review it because that might seem tacky, but I kind of like, I don't know. It's $500. At that time I was getting into different figures, and I have something different that I'm thinking about my channel, so it just didn't fit well. But it's a good looking statue, man. Mario says, when the X-Men hit the MCU, forget about it. I agree, Mario. Man, X-Men would definitely reinvigorate that MCU. Danny says, Optical, have you heard anything from your Asmus contact? They're going to rework the Aragon sculpt. Yes, Danny. I've been talking to Gins. He's they're thinking about it. It's not final yet because that would push them back so far. They're planning to release this on September, according to him. We'll ship them out in September. If they redo the sculpt, it would push them back. Then here's what I would say for Asmus. Some of their photographers bad. I'm not saying the head sculpt is any good, but their prototype seems to be bad. If you go back to Elrond and Gimli, they're just horrible. I don't know if it's going to be better in hand. Probably not that much, but I'm with you, man. Like I haven't had an Aragorn for years, so another few months wouldn't hurt me that bad. So rework that shit, because especially for the deluxe, they're asking $280 for that. So make it better. Okay. Eddie is asking, are you planning on getting any figures from the Black Widow film? It depends on the film, Eddie. We gotta see it. Is Black Widow shouldn't go head to head with I don't know, are they going head to head with Wonder Woman? I hope not. I want to watch. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna watch those two movies anyway. Kev says, dude, just buy Nightcrawler. So much presence on my X-Men shelf. No QC issues, but have not posted much besides his tail, but he is posable. All right, I'm gonna get. I actually ordered Cyclops. I already have So Toys Logan, so that would be my Wolverine, Beast, and Quicksilver. I think that's combination of Toys Era and So Toys. I just want a proper X-Men display. I don't care if they're Hot Toys or Toys Era or So Toys. I'll just do all those. Oh, dude, like Mario says, Rogue 1/6 gave away a Twitter head 6 scale Superman statue. Oh man, wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. Danny says, I don't mind it being pushed back. That is in regards to Aragorn from Asmus. Kev says he's Taskmaster and 1/6. He'll be stoked. John says, you see the Star A Caesar on horse from Planet of the Apes. I saw it, John. I mean, I love it, man. I like that Planet of the Apes. I don't know about you guys. I love that trilogy. I know it's probably I'm probably going to be in the minority on it again, but John, have you had any statues from Star Ace? They're not really like statues; they're more like vinyl. Um, but I think the quality is good enough that, and the price point is not bad. Like the Kong was 180. Some of the evolution was cheap as well, so I can forgive them for not doing a proper statue out there. That's fine with me. Uh, all righty. Jao says you need to get Mystique from Toys Era. I sold mine and regretted it. All right. I'm gonna check that out, Jao, because initially just by looking at it, it doesn't seem nice. But I guess I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Arrow says, I'm late again. Hey, you're never late, Arrow. Eddie, you can come in and pop in anytime. Oh, Kev says So Toys also doing a Robin along with Toys Era. Yeah, I think So Toys and Toys Era are like neck and neck. I don't know. You guys, as far as quality is concerned, Danny says, I love the new Apes 1 and 2 more than the third. I agree, Danny. The third seems kind of like out there. First one was terrific, man. First one was great. Yeah, let's go back here for some things then. Let's see. I think we caught up with the chat. I don't know if you guys are I got surprised too because I didn't know this guy was coming out or ready for pre-order. Apparently it's already out. So I ordered this morning and hopefully I get it by next week. The Mob Boss, aka the Godfather. It looks nice. So they sent me pictures of this guy. It looks nice from these pictures because it's dark. But then again, yeah, I don't know. Are you guys a big fan of the movie? I watched it a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I got bored, but I was younger back then. So now I gotta rewatch it once I get this. So I'm assuming a lot of people missed out on The Godfather from Hot Toys. That was a while back. This is one of those grails back in the day. This was going for 800-900. I'm never gonna pay that much for an older figure. You know, the paint quality is not that great. So this one for 175, I believe, or 179. It's not a bad alternative, whatever it comes out to. The chair itself looks great, man. So he does have a cat. So now I'm gonna have two cats once I get my Captain Marvel, so I can flip flop those cats. Got the chair. A pretty basic guy. I'm sure he has that glass of whiskey. The chair looks good from this angle. Now, Jenny sent me a bunch of pictures. Jenny's my contact here at 1/6 Corner. It was so, but at the same time, again, it's 175 free shipping, so can't really argue with that. So you're getting the figure, this horrible looking rose. In reality, it doesn't look that great, but you get this, shot glass. Oh, the hands are better. I wasn't familiar with this company, Present Toys, but they explained to me that apparently they're the one who's doing Django Unchained. I don't know, but it wasn't even on pre-order. It just popped up a couple of days ago or today, and they told me if I wanted it. I was like, yeah, send it to me, I guess. 175. So for 175, I don't think this is a bad price. Always go for free shipping, or if you want it faster, it depends. If you are an impatient guy, you can pay for EMS. I think that's $20, and that's coming from China. Sideshow's charged me $23. They're in the US. So I don't know. So, but yeah, even if you add $20 here, it's 195. They don't charge taxes, at least from where I'm at. So, still cheaper than Hot Toys. If you are a big fan of the movie, it's gonna be awkward because I don't think there's any other characters. But I plan on having him on the shelf with my Star Ace Pulp Fiction guys behind him, so that might look good on the display piece. So I don't know. So let's see. My boss, man. Eric says, I hope Hot Toys reissues the Dawn. I highly doubt it. I don't know if they even. It is one of those figures who are grails because they're old, not necessarily because they look, that the quality is nice. So if they reissue it, it's kind of like Two-Face. Back the ones who missed out on Two-Face, was asking for it, and they released it. They released it last year, and no one really. It's still on sale at Sideshow Collectibles, so I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna sell out. So we'll see. Mario says, "All right, let's go back to the chat. What company is doing the Godfather? Love to him. I'm say love to have him with the Scarface. True, Kev. Scarface, I believe Blitzway did it. I think Blitzway did. So I don't have that. That's probably going for a lot of money now. Mario says, I love the Godfather. The Hot Toys Godfather is my holiest of the holy. I really hope they do a 2.0. Oh, Mario, you have the Godfather? Man, that is crazy, man. Oh, okay. Mario says, no, never seen the price I'm willing to pay playing the long game. You know what, Mario? If you really wanted to, I mean, 195 shipped. That is if you opt for the fast shipping. If you just opt for free shipping, which I normally do, I get it like 2-3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks is the fastest I've gotten it. Maybe a month, but if you're not excited about it, you have low expectations, why not, for 175? That's like a bison body, really. Kev says, again, definitely check out COO models. Kev, I think I checked them out. They're the ones who has like knights and stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken, the COO models, they have some good figures too. Danny says EMS is not worth it. It's still coming from China Post, which is a high chance of delay. Better to go private with DHL or FedEx. That is true, Danny, because I did EMS, and the difference between EMS and free shipping is, I don't know, a few days. So Jal says Preston Toys did a Django Freeman. Looks great. I didn't know Godfather was out, but we'll wait for your review first. Yeah, Jal, I should get it by next week. Honestly, I'm not, like I said, I wasn't a huge Godfather fan as far as the movie's concerned. It was slow pace for me. But I was like a 20-year-old guy when I watched it. So a lot of years has passed. So I might like it this time around. I actually have the DVD. I don't have even the Blu-ray, so I might pop it in and we'll see. Oh, damn. Austin says, have you seen the Wilt and Bill Russell figure? There is one, Austin? Is it from the guys from a Figure Cool or something like that? Wow, that would be interesting. I wouldn't buy it. They're way past my time, but I would still love to see those, Austin. Kev says, saw Time Walker selling a 1/6 hospital bed. Would be fun to display with a Two-Face. And hey, Kev, you got something going on there, man. I never even thought of that. If you guys know where I could buy props for 1/6 scale, because I'm planning to do a that was my next project, and I know this might be ambitious. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I'm planning to recreate scenes using a camera and create like a 2-3 minute video of Hot Toys, not stop motion. I'm not going to do stop motion, that takes too much time, but more like a cinematic view. But I realized quickly that I can use a green screen for the background, but like Kev is saying, like the hospital bed, all the little knickknacks, I need them. I probably need to contact or need to buy a 3D printer or something, because I need those small little items like table for Godfather. I probably could use Joker, but it's not going to fit. It looks like I need like a wooden table of some sort. So yeah, something like that. John's surprised you're not watching NBA Lakers and Jazz. My Rockets looking good. John, man, Bulls eliminated. I don't know, this NBA is not just exciting me lately. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna skip out. I'm probably gonna watch again on the playoffs come playoffs time. So I think I have another one here. And Yao, you can chime in, man. Let me know. I saw your review about this figure, but I'm not too sold on this. I kind of want the diorama piece, but I feel like it's too expensive. Um, yeah, the head sculpt is not. I don't know. This one, the Entertainer from Bullet Head. Zhao did a review on this one. Arthur, see, they got a DCMA, I guess. They Disney wants them to take down some, so now they're not even showing the face. But I like this diorama piece. But it's 156. Just this piece right here. It doesn't even include the face. Yao, you can freaking comment here, but how do you like this? I bought the M Toys version of Arthur. I don't know if I'm too keen on this head sculpt right here. They don't look sharp. This one for 156 looks, I don't know, is it worth that much? No, you tell me, because like I said, I'm planning to accumulate as much as diorama pieces that I could get my hands on. And this is definitely on my top list right here, but I don't know if it's worth an actual figure. One for 156. I don't know. This looks like a good figure, good head sculpt. I don't know, because I saw your review and I don't know, maybe it's better in hand. But all these pieces, I mean, I like this. You got a lighter. That's what I was saying. I think I need to get a 3D printer for this one. I mean, put on a happy face, and they do light up. Boy, though. So the set is 240, which is not too bad, because the M Toys Joker, I bought it for 140. So that's not too bad. So meaning the diorama piece is $100. I guess, kind of like the same price as the throne for Black Panther. And this one does light up and has more stuffs into it. But if you just buy the diorama by itself, if you go to, it's 160. I don't know if this is worth 160 though. I don't know. Let me know, Zhao, because I'm considering it. All right, let me go back to the chat here. Mari says 1/6 kit might have accessories you're looking for. I gotta check it out, Mari. I'm planning to build because on green screen I can simulate the background, but the surrounding pieces, especially the flooring, I need to use 3D Studio Max, which is I don't have time to do right now. So I need an actual flooring. For example, I'm planning to do a scene for Endgame, and I wanted something more like rocky, rubble and all that stuff. So I guess I can go out and pick up real rocks, but that would be heavy though. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, Austin bringing some bombs here. I've seen the new Kevin Garnett figure. Austin, what are the brands of these figures that you're seeing here? Kev says props on the Punisher shirt. Yes, sir. Love Punisher, man. Love Punisher. So I got all assortment of Punisher shirt. Kev says one more payment for Bill and Ted Blitzway. Man, that would be nice, man. I need that makeup booth for my Crow figure. Goddamn, Kev, you're absolutely right. Never thought of that. And I love the Crow, man. I built actually 2 Crows for myself. And Zhao says, well, the diorama is pretty cool with lighting's working. The table is well done with accessories and all, but Arthur isn't worth. However, without the deluxe version, there's no smiling head. True, Zhao. I would, however, use the dial with SW toys sitting there. That was the plan, Zhao. But I've talked to our guys in 1/6 corner, and apparently Bullet Head didn't even they didn't pre-order it from Bullet Head. So 160, man. I don't know. And Kev says that booth is perfect for all Jokers. True, Kev. But it's 160, man. Hard pill to swallow right there. Danny says cool idea for the phone booth. I would say 120 should be fair price. I agree. 120, it lights up. a little bit more expensive than the Hot Toys diorama, because this guy is 120, the Hall of Armor, and look at how many lights it produces. So with that 160, I don't know. Eddie says, I really want the DX11 Joker. Eddie, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. One of the best figures that they've ever released. DX11 Joker, so much accessories, and back then it was $270. 2 head sculpts. The diorama is just there to set up. Beautiful. What's going on, Mike? All right, so I'm pretty much done with third party. So let's go to main here. So Superman on wait list. So man, hey Danny, I'm following my show sheet. See this? Thanks to my kids for letting me borrow this. So Superman waitlist. Anyone here got the Superman from Sideshow? If you haven't and you're planning to pick it up, I would say do it now. Regardless if you're on the fence. You see what happens when you're on the fence. Look at Mario with his Aquaman. They might cancel you. At least you have a fighting chance here. Let me look at eBay, man, and how much these guys are selling for. There's some hawks out there. But do honestly though that Superman is pretty good. Justice League. I just heard the news, I think yesterday or so, that he is waitlisted, and now people are listing it for almost $400. It got waitlisted yesterday, and it almost doubles the price now. It is insane. Let's see. Yeah, I think Ja was talking to him on at YouTube earlier on the uh, comment section, and I told him, look at this, 389, 389, and you push back 329. I guess 250 is the cheapest, and it's pre-owned. The head sculpt itself is $117. Man, 1,300. Okay, so it looks like is it Tim Cent? Yeah, Tim Cent hasn't gotten the memo yet because he hasn't jacked it up to 500 yet. So 350, 550, our best offer, and it's free shipping. Look at that. And this is the last one. So people slept on the Superman. This Superman has been on like, it was delayed for 2 years. So man. So get on that definitely. And I think Austin mentioned the Mandalorian. If you guys have seen that new, not new, but the Mandalorian, I think it was just released on Hong Kong. What do you guys think about it? I saw the picture, the bloggers' pictures. Somebody mentioned this before, and I never really thought about it up until somebody mentioned it on the chat. He looks like he ate Cheetos with his fingers, and now I can't get my eyes off of it from the Hot Toys version because his gloves are yellow, and it's supposed to be. I guess it's the missing details on that would make us look like it's a glove. I know it has some details on the fingers, but I don't, for whatever reason, I shouldn't have read that comment because now I can't even unsee it now. Every time I look at this blogger pictures, it looks like his fingers are yellow or orange from eating Cheetos. It looks like a good figure though. Then never pre-ordered it. Saw 3 episodes of Mandalorian. It was a good show. I'll probably pick it up. I'll probably pick up the one with the Baby Yoda on it. I think I would do a terrible review of that figure though, because I have no idea who the Mandalorian is. But he looks cool. Hey man, I was able to review 5 Star Wars figures. No, actually 15. Sold most of them. Kept the 5 that I really just looks cool. So I think I'll survive. Let's see. Let's go back in the chat. Danny said, stick to the show sheet. I'm in there, man. I mean, like bullet point. See the pen? It is attached via, so I can't lose it. See the beauty of it. This is technological advancement right here. See, you can't lose the pen. So now I'm right here, Danny. I'm like right here. So there's pretty much nothing though. But yeah. Zhao says, "Don't mention it. I missed it, and now the Justice League Superman is racing every day, even here. God damn, I didn't know he was going to be that popular, really. Because the Justice League movie was, for the most part, a dud. I liked it. I personally liked it. Then again, I like everything. So, in China, okay, let's go back. Would you get a black suit Superman if Hot Toys made one? I guess, Eddie, it depends on how significant it is on Snyder Cut. Jousts in China went up almost 100 US since 3-4 days ago. My goodness. I mean, it's a good figure and all. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it for 400. Just saying. John kept one. I bought mine from John. So there's John right there. So, but it was on. Honestly, it was on Big Bad Toy Store and Hot Toys for maybe a good 3 days. For 3 days, it was there, and now it's gone. Kev says, use filter on evil base sold finished sales. Yeah, I can. Yeah, but Kev, right now it's hot. I don't think it's gonna be Anakin hot, but the price being doubled, I would say that. Mario says, I have soups on Flex. I'll pay that off this weekend. Hopefully, it won't get canceled on me. Can't find him anywhere else. Mario, if I were you, I'll pay that off tomorrow before somebody else pay their Flex and they give you that dreaded cancellation email. However, though, Mario, every time they give you a cancellation email, they give you $25. So keep on pre-ordering or flexing guys that you think are going to sell out, and eventually you'll get a figure out of it. If you do it like 4 more times, you'll be golden. So Zhao says, but Deadpool is rising as well. Tank Cable from Hot Toys pushing it up. I agree, Zhao. No one was paying attention to Cable. You can't even give it away back then because Cable, Deadpool 2 was available for the longest time. Even the Dusty Deadpool is still on Big Bad Toy Store, and they're not even supposed to be in Big Bad. They're supposed to be exclusive to Sideshow. So, but now I'm pretty sure with Cable being announced and Tank, aka Juggernaut, is looking pretty good, they'll fly off the shelves too. Kev says, Cheetos, when did we get a cap? Yep. John says, I really hope we get a black suit Superman. I agree, John. Mike says, heavy week for me. I have Hawkeye coming this Thursday and Widow and Spider-Man Homecomings. I'm guessing that is the the sweatsuit shipping and end of the week. My jazz. Oh god damn, Mike. I thought I had a bad week. I spent like almost $1,000 on figures. Almost. But yeah, you're having a horrible week. Well, it's awesome once you receive them all. I'm pretty sure they'll be good. I just need that is the good thing, Mike, about Big Bad. They take forever, so I can kind of spread it out. By the time I get Widow and Hawkeye, it's probably going to be around November because they're slow as hell. But that will give me enough time to settle my finances there. Kev says, still need to try popcorn Cheetos. Hell yeah, that is delicious. Giles says, off topic, you need to check AJ Custom on Facebook. His dioramas for Joker are amazing. I'm definitely going to check that out, Jao. Kev says, well, miss Soup's orders, sadly. Hopefully we'll still The Rock as Black Adam fight with Shazam and Soup's in the future movie. Maybe, Kev, maybe. Yeah, because The Rock is, I think, already set to play Black Adam, and I've been hearing reports that, he got a co-star and whatnot. Kev's asking, why no 1/6 love to Shazam? I agree. You know what, Kev? I like that movie too. I don't know if I'm not going to lose sleep over it if they don't make Shazam, but I want every figure to be made, regardless if I like the movie or not. So, I like options. Love options. Austin is asking, Mario, are you getting the Superman figure? Austin, I think he did. Yeah, he has on Flex Pay right now. And Mike says, yeah, I might need to start ordering from BB. Mike, I think you're thinking about BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store. You know what, Mike? It does help. Like with you now. So you ordered Black Widow. What do you call this? Spider-Man Homecoming, and then Hawkeye. I don't know how quickly you need those three figures, but with those three figures, you're looking at around $60 shipping from Sideshow. And even if you have coupons for all of those on reward points, that's still $60 just went to the shipping. If you did it on Big Bad Toy Store, and if they're getting released like right next to each other, you pay $4 in shipping because you did it on Pile of Loot. So those are the little advantages, I would say. The Pile of Loot is great if you can take advantage of those. Now, if you can't, then that's where it becomes dicey. So it's really the savings that you're getting is not that great if you're not doing, in my opinion, the Pile of Loot, especially now that they're marking it up $15 more. I don't know. I'm still gonna order from them because I like just they double box your figure and all that stuff. I conceded about getting the figures first, so it doesn't really matter to me at this point. It's where I'm gonna, I guess, save the most. Okay. Austin says, congrats, Mario. I'm waiting for EG Spider-Man Far From Home figure. Oh, that one too, Austin. I forgot about that. Captain America and Mark 85. Austin, once they all come out, is it game over for you? Is it the end game for you as well? So I don't think there's any more. I know you like Marvel. I don't think there's any more Marvel figures unless that Bro Thor, I suppose. But other than that, I don't think there's any significant Marvel figures coming out after that. Mario says The Rock has been set up to play Black Adam for 30 years now. I believe it when I see it at the movies. That's true. That is true. Mario says EG Spider-Man Austin, is that the Infinity War version? I think he's oh yeah, true. I thought maybe Austin was referring to the Homecoming Spider-Man, like the advanced suit. Eddie says, I'm nearly done collecting the Civil War line. Took me about 2 months. Love that film. God damn, Eddie. You've been collecting that Hot Toys figure? That is expensive, man. Jeez. Alrighty, so back to my title, the Joe Rogan podcast. See, stick to my show sheet, man. Do you guys listen to Joe Rogan and his podcast? It's enjoyable, man. He talks about different things, and I just want to get your opinion on this because he talked about well, I think Joe Rogan got bought out too by Spotify for like 100 million. Man, I'm gonna retire if somebody gives me 100 million. But yeah, so he did talk about him on his last podcast. They talked about video games. And if you guys haven't listened to it, just Google it, man. I mean, just put it on YouTube. Just put in Joe Rogan video games. And he mentioned something that video games are bad because it's really addicting, and you go nowhere. So basically, I don't have his exact quote in here, but he says that unlike some other things, that's for example, if you do jujitsu, and Joe Rogan is a big jujitsu guy. In jujitsu, if you keep on doing that, let's say that's your hobby, you get good at it, and maybe you can, build a school and you go somewhere, basically. There's a progression. Now, in video games, you can be good at video games, but you're still in the same place. You just play another game, basically. And I play a lot of video games, man. A lot. Like, if you're playing PlayStation, I got the hardest thing to get on PlayStation is the Platinum, and I got like 60 of them. I want to get your thoughts on what Joe Rogan says there, because when you read the comments on his podcast, they mention, and I think it applies to what we're doing now, which is collecting. When can it be addicting? All right, so like Mario says, everything can be addicting, which is true. I think everything should be done in moderation, but there's certain things that is more addicting than others. Like video game, you can sit for 8 hours, even some people for 12 hours and don't stop. Like they can sit for, they can, drink alcohol till they pass out, if that's your hobby. Now, if your hobby is, let's say, playing the guitar, I don't think somebody sits down and play guitar for 8 hours straight. I like to play guitar too, but I can't. I physically can't. And if you do, the likeliness of you being really good at guitar is tremendous if you like sit down, or your cal uses are just gonna be through the roof. Um, and which that's a good argument that if you do have any hobby for that matter, um, if you don't do it in moderation, that could be addicting. It could be destructive as well. But I don't believe that they're in the same category, like with video games. And what we do here, the 1/6 scale, god damn, it's addicting. I just posted it like last stream. Um, I guess I just want to find out from you guys, like when do you, I don't think you need to ask for help. Uh, but when is, I started when just two figures, and now I got like a gazillion. um I guess like for video games, once you start not caring about anything else but finishing that game, the most recent interaction I have with that is like The Last of Us 2. I just want to finish that darn game, want to get it over it so I can move on with my life, and I did. And then I put down the controller for till I finished it. I finished it in I think a week, and that's like an 80-hour, maybe not, maybe like 40-hour game. I finished it in a week, and I got a full-time job and kids and whatnot. I guess for us here, as far as collecting, I don't know when it's, I think I know when it is destructing. I guess once you start with us, because it's not like video games where you sit down, play for 8 hours. You can't collect for 8 hours. But what do you guys do? Do you stay online and browse for the next figure that you're gonna buy for the next 3 hours or so? Because sometimes I find myself doing that on the weekends. If I got nothing better to do, I want to do some research, especially now that I'm learning about this third party figures that I missed out on a lot. So sometimes, like this past weekend, I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what X-Men I missed out on. I noticed the Magnet, some X-Men figures, and I was just browsing on eBay. And for all you know, it was like I spent 2-3 hours browsing, and it doesn't feel like 2-3 hours. I was just babysitting my kid, just on my phone and just browsing. I was just like, all right, so I got this. Oh, they don't have this. Let me look for other things. But man, I think that's where it becomes kind of iffy, because instead of me doing something else, like playing with my damn kid, I was browsing for figures, which I already have a lot. I think I have over 150 figures, legitly, and it doesn't feel enough. Yeah. God damn. The thing though is that if we don't collect, if you're not collecting, if I'm not collecting 1/6, I'm probably doing something else. And I'm not even sure if what I'm doing will be productive as well. Because before collecting, I don't know what you guys were doing. So before this, I was just doing, but my life was totally different before collecting. I was into, I was younger, trying to have a nice car and all that stuff. That was a bad hobby as well, because your money's going nowhere. And you can make an argument it is or as expensive. But at that time, I didn't spend too much because I was younger. I didn't have my job wasn't really paying that well. So it is different. So now I earned more as I got older, and honestly, this is the best hobby that I've gotten. I would say I met a bunch of people on video games. Before this, if you go back to my channel in the genesis of it, like 2011 or 10, I was reviewing a whole lot of video game collectibles, and but they're not expensive. If you guys are into video games, you can buy statues of Batman for huge ones. You just gotta wait for the right timing, because collector's item comes in huge boxes, and Best Buy wants to get rid of those. They can't wait to get rid of those. So if they got stocks, so what you'll do is just wait. They would release, for example, the Avengers Collector's Edition that's coming out soon. if they don't sell out in December, you'll see them on clearance. Like this would be, it's originally for $200. Now they would get rid of it for 60, and that's what I always do. Um, that's I love it. Like my collection has grown, and I still have like Halo 3 helmets and all that stuff. Um, but that is cheaper, I suppose, to what we're doing now. Um, but I don't know. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Let me go back to the chat real quick here. Kev's asking, do you show off your collection much to friends or visitors in your home? I always get, okay, wow, yeah, I collect a lot of toys to visitors. I have 3D toys, Kev, that is out in the public, and then the rest are just here in my tiny. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a lot of friends that do collect or appreciate this, so I don't try to shove it in their faces. I have the one outside, which is my, I guess the one that I showcase to the people, but they don't really get impressed with it. So I can care less, I suppose. But I mostly what's in there are my Dark Knight collections, and I rotate them. I guess the least that people are gonna make fun of me of. That's what I put it out there. But yeah. Let's check out in here. Kev says collecting keeps us all young at heart, never grow up. I agree, Kev. And for the most part, somebody's need to have a hobby. We all need to have a hobby, and whatever that hobby is, I think it's just a matter of not being too destructive to a point where if all you do is just browse Sideshow or eBay for the next figure, which I've done. God damn, I used to do that a lot. Now things I'm thinking of my next move for the channel, which is I have a good plan, but sometimes I find myself not doing the things that I'm supposed to do. In lieu of that, so there are times where I'm supposed to work out, but I'm gonna be like, all right, let me just browse this real quickly. What 1/6 accessories that I need for this next shoot, and then for all I spend like an hour looking for that. Now I don't have the motivation. My pre-workout has run off. I'm not even sweating anymore. So I was like, all right, whatever, man. And I think that's kind of like I think that's kind of like where which I would talk about like in some other I guess time, where there's a certain how do you call that, look or for video game players or collectors, that stereotype that we do have. And it absolutely not true. There's a lot of people who are not those stereotypes. Where, like, for example, video games. When they make fun of video gamers, you always think about, the stereotype that never showers and all that stuff. And some of them are true. There are people who are like that, but they're really in the minority now. Even collecting, man, like there's just all sorts of collectors out there, but that's where I guess it becomes and I don't know if you guys know anyone. That's why I'm like a little bit against pre-ordering a lot, because you never know what's going to happen. You might retire. That's why in Big Bad I don't even pre-order. I just, when it comes out, I buy it. I don't want to tie up my money like in Sideshow, but I do get it. Sometimes you want to secure your place. That's why I put it on Big Bad, because if I change my mind, for example, that the good example is that Captain Marvel. See, if you do it on Hot Toys in Sideshow, then you put a NRD, and then all of a sudden they announce that the Endgame Captain Marvel. So now you gotta either hope that your Captain Marvel gets delayed, so or just pay the NRD. So now you lost what, like 10% of that, like $25. It's not the end of the world, but if you keep on doing that, let's say you did it for Captain Marvel and then you pre-ordered Thanos, the armored one, and then the battle damage came out and you like the battle damage better, now you just lost around $60, so that's a bummer right there. But I've seen collectors, man, too, that just ignore some stuffs, which is kind of scary. Um, all right, let me go back here. Kev says I spread my collection throughout home. I do that too, Kev. I do that too. Like when you well, if you are, I don't know, Kev, do you have like a someone you live with? Do you have like a wife or a girlfriend out there? Because my wife is pretty supportive of what I do. I just can't, I guess, put figures all over the place, and I do get it. I do get it in the standpoint where, um, there's places for these figures, but let's say if she does the same thing, because I'm thinking about this way, if she does this and she starts putting, let's just say she likes flowers, instead of figures, she loves daisies, for example. She starts putting daisies in my garage, then it's a foul. Can't do that, man. I got some of my gym equipment there, um but other than that, so I try to keep it here in this closet, outside in my computer room, but that's pretty much about it. So Kev says, so random gremlin statue on top of my fridge and shelves on the figures on shelf walls in rooms. Space for a collection is big issue. Yeah, I think Kev, that's most of uh our enemy here for collecting is space. You want to collect everything. Sometimes money is not even that big of an issue, although it's always big of an issue for me. It's for me, it just cycle my collection. So I don't think it makes you less of a collector if you buy and sell for the better figure, because there's always someone who's looking for let's say the older Ant-Man, or I don't know if somebody's looking for like old Wonder Woman though. So yeah, there's always a market for that, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay to cycle through your collection. Jao says, having time I want to play. I own a PS4. I need to catch up with The Last of Us 2. As far as for collecting, it can be addicting as any other hobby. I read Jao, any hobby could be addicting. I think some are more addicting than others. Some are more destructive than others. I feel like ours is decent, because if you want to get out of the game, you could, and you can sell all of them. And you get, for the most part, you'll get your money back. Maybe you lose some. Unlike if your hobby is, going out on Friday nights. I always feel like if you do what you're supposed to do, it's okay to have a hobby. Jao said it's all about self-control, but damn, it's difficult when figures are popping up every week. I know, Jao. Hey, man, speaking of The Last of Us 2, man, I don't know. The best game that I've ever played, Jao, is The Last of Us 1. I've played a lot of video games. The Last of Us 1 has the combination of good storytelling, controls, graphics at that time. The Last of Us 2 is not The Last of Us 1, but you need to play it. It's an experience that you need to see and feel, not just read on, but it's good. You need to play it. Mario says, same here, Jao. Got it when it came out, but life hasn't given me a chance to play it. Mario, by the time you play The Last of Us 2, it'll be $20. I learned my lesson, man. I don't even play video games, and I don't buy video games anymore day one. So I just wait, man. Just wait. Giles says my collection is in a small room that I got for it, but the space isn't enough now. I can't place figures anywhere because kids running all day. I feel you, y'all. I got 3 kids. They're all young. And you got to think about people that you live with as well. Kids playing ball. I got 2 boys, so man, my figures got to be in a shelf. Otherwise, like if this was outside, this will be knocked all over the place. And when they drop, their nose is the one who gets like paint chip right here. So ideally, you want carpet on the floor, not too high. So this is all meditated, man. Kev says, I've beaten so many old school games during lockdown in modded NES, Metroid, Zelda, Gunsmoke. Man, Kev, I have that arcade. I think that's Pandora's Box. You got to take that, because I'm old school, man. I was born in the 80s, so I'm used to arcades. So I bought like 2 arcade 1-ups. One I modded. I'll probably buy one more arcade 1-up. I don't know if it's going to be the NBA Jam or the other Marvel, but I do like it. I would love to get that. Kev says, no kids, no wife on my own. So my styled home, lots of movie faves, posters, and figs. Good for you, Kev. Nice. Well, like I said, my garage, my wife doesn't touch that. I don't touch the kitchen. Don't touch our bedroom. Our bedroom has no uh movie or nerdy stuffs on it outside of like Blu-rays that's in it. So I'm good with that. So Mike says this is an expensive habit. It is, Mike, and this is the most expensive hobby that I've been into. This is by far the most rewarding, though. Out of the ones that I collect the Jordans. Never got into forums or whatever. Like tuning up cars. Boxing, being in the gym, that's a good one too, because like the worst thing can happen if you work out a lot or you box a lot is you improve your body. Like even if you don't become like a professional boxer, or if you don't never fight in the UFC or whatever. I did some those things and met some people. Can't do it now because of the pandemic. They're asking me actually to go back to the gym. It's like the last place I want to be is where people are sweating. So no, thank you. I'll try to do that on my own. Mario says the first Last of Us is a masterpiece. I agree, Mario. Man, anyone who has not played The Last of Us, the part one, what is your top three, Mario, for video games? I usually don't buy, say, one either unless it's a special Steelbook edition. I'm a sucker. Mario, I bought The Last of Us 2 collector's edition, so I got the Steelbook for that. My biggest regret, Mario, is not picking up the special edition for The Last of Us 1. I think at that time it was around 2013. Collector's edition for The Last of Us was worth 160 back then. And I was thinking to myself, man, I could buy Hot Toys for that, because that's how much a Hot Toys is back in 2013. Around 180. No taxes. Shipping is free. So I was like, I'm going to buy Bane. I'll buy Bane instead of buying The Last of Us. Yeah. And now, after I did that, man, The Last of Us 1 collector's edition skyrocketed. So that sucks. I could have gotten that. But Kev says, I wish I could trust cats around my collection. Any horror story or cats in collecting? Yeah, no cats for me, Kev. I'm a dog person, so I can't feel you on the cats thing. But Giles says, I got an acrylic case for my Batmobile 89 and found a friend of my son standing on it, dancing. Not easy, man. Damn, that would be a horror story, man. I would have a freaking heart attack if I see that. I think the worst thing I saw my son was playing with Hulk, and I went Asian on him, so I never did it again. Never did it again. Kev says, Joe ID, like, what the fuck, dude? Mike says, I used to collect Jordans and carts, and then I had kids. Yeah, man, Mike, I kept my Jordans. They're boxed up. I don't even play basketball anymore. Every once in a while, I'll shoot around, but too old to play basketball with the young guns. The last time I did that was like 2 years ago, and I got plantar fasciitis by trying to stop someone from driving to the hoop. So I embraced my fate, man. No more playing basketball. I can run, but when you run, it's different. You pace yourself. On basketball, it's more of a explosiveness. Somebody's driving, you try to catch them as fast as you can, and that's where you get injured. So not good. Eddie's asking, where do you keep your boxes? Eddie, for me, it's in the garage. Yeah, I'm one of those who keep shipper boxes and boxes as well. So I got a garage for that. Trust me, the value is higher when you sell them, and I do sell them a lot. So yeah, if my garage is horrible, like it's a fire hazard, so much boxes in them, but it does serve its purpose. Mario says, my top 3 games is so difficult to list in no order on top of my head. Original Legend of Zelda, Last of Us, probably first Assassin's Creed. God damn, Mario, that was a good list. Platinum, first Assassin's Creed, as hard as it is. Platinum, The Last of Us on PS3, not on PS4 though. PS3 Platinum that. For me, Mario, I know you're not asking, but I would say maybe my top 3. Number 1, easy, The Last of Us. Number 2 would probably the first Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. I can just the experience. And you know what? Sometimes we I guess we the line gets blurred between experiencing the game or movie at that time. I think it's more of instead of the actual movie itself, or the game itself. I always thought the first Metal Gear was a good storytelling. At that time, the graphics looks like they're Legos. If you play it now, you can't. And then maybe after those two, maybe the first Resident Evil from PlayStation One. Um, those are at least on top of my head, just best experiences. At the same time, when I was playing Metal Gear One, I was in high school. I was thinking first in high school, or I don't know, something like that. And Resident Evil. So I have no what do you call this? Anything. I have no wife. I don't care. I don't work. So life was good. I wake up, I go to school, I go home, I play video games, and it's stuck on you. Unlike now, when you're adult, you tend to forget things. You don't retain. The Last of Us 2, you guys got to play it, because whatever happens, you're gonna remember that game, whether you like it or not. It'll stick with you. So, Danny says it's all about those fast twitch muscles. Hey man, it's all about muscles. Danny, do you play games at all? Twitch muscles, I would say that's more like Call of Duty, which I do play a lot too. I want to say I'm a pretty good player when it comes to Call of Duty. I'm hardcore too, so I'm one of those guys who would buy the fancy controllers, just to gain an advantage. And hey, man, it's not illegal, so I'll use it. Jao says top three is really difficult. He would say Red Dead Redemption, good choice. The Last of Us and Mafia. Man, I gotta play that Mafia, Jao. Now that you mentioned it, I got Mafia 3, the collector's edition with a vinyl that I haven't even opened yet. So I gotta check that out. Oh man, Arrow says top three: Halo Reach, Batman Arkham series, good one, and Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno. Man, I think that I know that is. I think I'll platinum that too, Arrow, and PlayStation 3. That is kind of like Darksiders, isn't it? Man, Halo, the first Halo on Xbox, man, we spent so much time on it. It's not even funny. Jao says Batman Arkham franchise, except Origins, is amazing. Yep, so many good games, Jao. Oh, and now that you guys mentioned it, God of War. God of War is another one there. Danny says the last time I played games was Counter-Strike on PC back in the early 2000s. Man, Danny, I remember those Counter-Strike games. There, you gotta play it on an, and kids won't know this. Back in the day, there's no online gaming, so you gotta play on a cafe, a computer cafe, or a network cafe. I don't know what you call it now. So you can't really trash talk, because now if you're playing online, you got a headset on, you can be like, "Hey man, you suck." But back then, if you're playing in a computer cafe, in a network cafe, the guy that you're playing with is probably across from you. So if you say they suck, and then they got this huge guy behind a computer, man, you're dead. So trash talking was different back in the day. You got to back it up back then. Pogo says, Allah, hey, what's going on, Pogo? Kev says, beat like almost every Castlevania during this fun lockdown. Kev, I'm telling you, man, you got to get this Pandora's box. You're going to have fun with it. It's like old school arcade. Danny says no fast twitches muscles for playing sports like basketball. True. Oh, Dante's Inferno was more like God of War, but in hell. I think I played that, Arrow. I really think I did. Because back in PlayStation 3 days, I think that was my peak. I was one of those trophy hunters where I am going to play every game and I'm going to max him out. I'm going to get the platinum on it, even though it's really hard. And sometimes I don't even like the game, but I'll still, I don't know. I just like the challenge of it, So, oh shoot, Mario says I had so much fun with Battlefield 3 on PC. 4-man squad domination was so fun, dude. Mario, when I was playing Battlefield 3, you know what? Did you get that? I think it's Battlefield 2 when I first started. They had this expansion, which is the Night Ops. The first time you played it on PC, I don't know, man. Back then, I loved Battlefield 3. I didn't like this new Battlefield. I like the modern Battlefield. I like the idea that you have classes, because you have I used to play that with 7 of my friends, and someone's a medic, so you can't die if you have like 4 medics on the team. They shoot you, just revive you. Dude, I used to play like till midnight with Battlefield. Man, so awesome. Um, Kev's asking if anyone has played a side-scrolling game. Yeah, I haven't played that in a while, Kev. So, and Jao says Mafia 1 and 2 are out on PS4 in remastered version. Mafia 1 has an amazing storyline for a game that went out in 2000. Still amazing. I always want. Maybe I did play that back then, Jao. Maybe I did. I gotta check that out. Dave says the only time I play games at work. Maybe you shouldn't do that, Dave. When exporting animations into okay, all right. So it's an actual work that you're doing. Okay, I get it. Arrow says Battlefield 3 was the best multiplayer destruction ever. Battlefield 3. Did I came out on PS4? I think PS4 it was Battlefield 4. Battlefield 3 was more of a PC game. Yeah, Mario, I sold my Battlefield to back in the day, if you I don't know, maybe it's still the same way. If you buy a PC game, it comes with this nice plastic that you open up. It feels so premium. It's like a VHS tape. You open it up and there's like 4 discs on it because it's CD-ROM, and you gotta install it. You gotta wait for like 2 hours before if you have like a so slow computer. Man, fun days, man. BF2 was good. BF3 I think was even better. I think my computer couldn't handle BF3 though. And Kev says, "Hell yes, Star Wars Battlefront loaned my system to a friend to beat Final Fantasy Remake. So been modded on SNES and NES for a while. Man, those SNES back in the day, even the old PlayStation 1, remember if you get a cheat, you're going to cheat. And then you buy something to insert on the back. So on Final Fantasies, you can unlock all the, what do you call them? The Eons or GF back then. Man, those were the days. There were no cheat. There were cheat codes, but you got to buy the magazine. You got to get Game Informer or Game something. And back then, there was a magazine stand that you would go like a bookstore, you try to open it up. It's always in the back. You'll find cheat codes, square, triangle, or whatever. Man, nowadays you can go to online and just unlock this or buy the DLC. You can unlock everything. So Mario says, my problem is I buy games and don't finish most. When all the Steam sales came along, was stocking up but never got around a lot. You know what, Mario? We're the same one. We're the same thing, I think we're in denial, Mario, that we're clinging on to this idea that we're going to play this game, finish it just like the good old days. But in reality, we just don't have time anymore. And we don't want to admit that we're older, that we can't even do it anymore. I do the same thing. I have like games that are sealed in their plastic, wraps. And I don't know, man. Games, to me, at least, is more... But movies inspire you too. I guess that's why we like collect figures and all that stuff. But games, man, it sticks to you. That Metal Gear 1, the Resident Evil, I got scared. Silent Hill back in the day scared the shit out of you. Running onto that fog was crazy. Resident Evil, man. Kev says, damn, bringing up old school cheap magazines. Forget about that stuff. Man, you got a cuff and then you got to open it up. On the back, you'll see all the cheat codes. I can't buy the magazine at that time. I was young. So I tried to write it down. There was no phone, so you can't take a picture. You just write it down, put it back, seal it up real quick, get out of there, Raspberry Pi with RetroPie's good times. Mario, I'm gonna make a video how I modded my arcade one up with like 1,300 games, Pac-Man, Battle City, all sorts of Street Fighter, the X-Men. Remember those 4 old school X-Men where you go to the arcade and you can't finish it because you need to have a gazillion coins. I finally finished it because it's on my arcade, so it was awesome. You just side-scrolling. Danny says you gotta write. Hey man, you gotta write it down. You gotta get those cheat codes, man. Can't kids nowadays, they take their phones and take a snapshot on it. Back then you gotta have a pencil and a paper in the back of your pocket. It's like, square plus. And then what sucks is because you're so in a hurry because you don't want the guy to see you just basically leeching because the magazines are sealed. So you're in a hurry and then you write it down. You miss. Right, you can't read your own handwriting. You go home, it doesn't work. I love wrestling back then, so I try to get cheat codes for or the finishing move Nowadays, finishing movie it requires you to press L. Back then, to get the Stone Cold Stunner, you got to press like triangle, triangle, square, circle, something like that. Man, that was tough. Kids nowadays won't know the struggle. Zhao said the game that impressed more was the Normandy Beach part. Oh man, Medal of Honor. Zhao. Man, is it called Medal of Honor or Call of Duty? Maybe you're right. When you're on the beach and you gotta hide, otherwise you get gunned down. Man, good times. Mario says, dude, speaking of cinematic games, I completely forgot about the Uncharted series. Those games I couldn't put down. Mario, I was so addicted to Uncharted. I platinum all 4 games. And I'm sure you know, the one who made Uncharted, Naughty Dog, made The Last of Us as well. So, man, Naughty Dog back then was the king. Uncharted put games to the next level. They made it cinematic. I think Resident Evil to a degree, because back then they used like actual human, kind of like for their cutscenes. And then those are the pioneers. And I think Metal Gear, just changed the genre altogether. So Kev says, hell yeah, I'm so tempted to buy Arcade 1-Up coffee table, sit down arcade model. Kev, you know what? I've been debating with that Arcade 1-Up, coffee table for so long. I think my wife would kill me though, because I already got 2 arcades. I got Mortal Kombat and Asteroids, which I broke down the Asteroids to make it modded. So Zhao said, yeah, good callback. My bosses and I played at work back in the day. Dude, that was Zhao was right, man. That was one hell of a stage on that. I think that was the first stage too, Zhao. You go down and man, they were just gunning you down. It was beautiful. There's a few games too that I'm forgetting, so Kev says, grew up on old Pac-Man sit-down arcade bowling alley, lost all my paper route funds to the arcade. Same here, man. I used to sit down, used to compete before at Tekken. I think it's what's Tekken 5, where there's like an infinite combo to the wrestler, the guy with like a tiger face. I forgot his name. You just, and then you never let go. Good old days, man. That was an up, down, left, right. My first cheat code to level up in Sonic Hedgehog for Sega. I think my first one, was the Contra. If anyone knows that side-scrolling game, the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA, select, start. I think that's the Konami cheat code pretty much for everyone. You get 30 lives for Contra. And that is on the Pandora's box as well. The Contra, Galaga, the Simpsons side-scroller. What else? The X-Men side-scroller as well. I can't forget when I was in grade school and computer was just popping up. We used to play. We got this ROM on the disc. It's like a big disc. I wish I would have kept one. Floppy disk, not the small floppy disk, the big floppy disk. Man, I used to pop it in the computer, and the teacher's not watching, so I just try to play X-Men. There's like black and white going up. Man, that was fun. Danny, the Konami code. Kev says, go collect them to arcade Street Fighter matches back in the day. Yeah, I wasn't really good at Street Fighter. I love Mortal Kombat. It's up to now. I still kind of know the fatalities. Mario says back when floppy disks were really floppy. Dude, I think their capacity is like 758 megabytes. Not even kilobytes, not even megabytes, because the small one was 1.44 megabytes, where it wouldn't even fit a song nowadays. So you need to carry like a gazillion of those if you if you want some fonts. And I used to do that back in the day. Man, it was terrible. Terrible days. Now you get like a small USB with like 30 gigabytes or even like 256 gigabytes on it. Man, good old days. Good times. Good times. Alrighty. So what time are we in now? Alrighty. So we're like almost an hour 30. So you guys in the US had much more arcade games and earlier than us in Europe. We had arcade with Street Fighter 2, Puzzle Bobble, and Sunset Riders. That was it. I know Mario. Mario's asking how many people in the chat wondering what a floppy disk is. Floppy disk. That sounds kind of sexual to Mario. So it's flopping around. So if you were born probably in the 2000s, yeah, you have no idea what a floppy disk is. So Danny says Street Fighter 2 was all I needed back then. You got Ken, you got Ryu. That's all you need. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been an hour and a half. So, Jao, I'll see you on Wednesday. It looks like we're gonna do it with Collecting Weekly, guys. So I'll see you guys there on Wednesday. I believe it's like 8:30. I could be wrong. I gotta check it out again. But yeah, I'll be there. Like I said, next week it's probably gonna be Wednesday. Like Wednesdays, Mondays, people's working. So I'll see you guys I'll see you guys Wednesday on the Collecting Weekly channel, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday on this channel. So thank you guys for participating, and it's been good. And I'll have a good night, everyone.